Hello everyone and welcome back. So for my next project here, I know a while ago here I did one of these trays with my red, white, and blue. Today I'm going to use the same mold again, but I'm going to do something a little different. So I have these little kind of holographic-y dolphin stickers. I picked a couple out. So I'm going to pour this. I'm going to use these stones here, mix those in with some resin, and I'm going to do that in the little lip around the edge. And then I'm going to give that about an hour to cure. And then I'm going to come back in and do a layer of my clear resin. And I'm going to use my alcohol inks to do like some water. And then I'm going to put the stickers on. So that is my plan for this. I'm gonna go ahead and just start with getting the rocks and stuff in place. For this one, I'm just gonna use my regular T-Expert epoxy resin, and we will go from there. So I'm gonna get my resin mixed up, and I will be right back when we're ready to get started. All right, we are back. So I got my resin mixed up and I'm ready to get pouring here. I'm not quite sure how much I need to fill in because I don't want to go above this edge here with my rocks and that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some of my resin in the rocks and mix it up in one of my silicone cups here, just so that I can kind of gauge how much I'm going to need. So we'll put my rocks in. Well, I'll put my rocks in first. See, there's a little scoop here. I think that should be good. And then we'll get our resin in. I'll get my resin in. Okay. Mix that up, make sure those are all coated. Because the entire edge here doesn't necessarily need to have be filled all the way up with rocks. So we can just try and just as long as there's a thin layer of rocks going all the way around. And then I can fill the rest in just with the resin, what's left of the resin. Make sure that's all spread out. There we go. And then I'll I'll just come over this with a little bit just to make sure it's even where I want it to be. There we go. Clean up this part because I don't want any resin sitting on this yet. Okay. That all cleaned up. Alrighty. So from here, like I said, I'm gonna let this sit for about an hour, and then I'm gonna come back in and do another layer with my alcohol inks, and we'll get some water effect going. So I will see you then. All right. So it's been a little over an hour. It's not quite as solid as I'd like it to be, but should be good enough to at least get our next layer in here. So I got my resin mixed up and debubbled. So next I'm going to do my colors here. So I kind of like the effect of putting the alcohol ink in first before I pour anything. So I'm going to go ahead and keep with that trend for now. So first I'm going to do, this is aqua. I'm only going to do, because it's not very big mold, so I'm only going to do about 2 to 3 drops of each color. There we go. And I'm going to try and do this a little quick. Next I'm going to use Azure Blue. Maybe. Didn't quite cut the tip off that one. Okay. Next I have Aquamarine. Then I'm going to use a Sapphire Blue. And it's kind of in between here. I'm going to use my Cerulean. There we are. Okay. I don't have a whole lot of room to pour here, so we're just going to start on the edge. Or I'm just going to start on the edge and just kind of work my way around here. I want a little bit more color coverage than that, so go ahead and add in a couple more drops on top. Okay. Turn this a little bit. Alrighty. So this is going to take about 12 or so hours to cure, maybe closer to 14. I don't know. The T-Expert one, I have it's kind of finicky. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer depending on the size of the project. So outside of that, we will be back when it's time to demold this, and then we will get our stickers added to it. And I will decide then if I'm going to do a top coat over the stickers. I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. So we'll go over that when we get there. Outside of that, that is all for now. See you then. Hello, everyone. We are back, and I am ready to demold my little tray here. I think it turned out pretty alright. I do have a couple bubbles here, but it's on the bottom, so I think with the rocks and everything, it won't be too visible. I'm not worried about it. Look at that. Really like how that turned out. Okay, so then in here, I do have a couple little stickers that I want to put in here. I think it'll be good, just like that. No, it's stuck to the mat. There we go. And there we have it. I think that's pretty gorgeous. Okay. So the only thing I might do, I haven't fully decided yet, is I might just come in, put a little very thin clear coat on here just to seal the stickers in with the top coat. I'm not sure. I might not. But overall, that is our little platter here. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. And remember, stay creative, and we'll see you back for our next project. Bye.